Narcissists don't want you to be great. Like, let's just get that clear. Like, narcissists do not want you to be successful in life without them. They want you to be destroyed from the moment that they discarded you, you know what I'm saying, to the next time they see you and or hear about you. You know what I'm saying? Um, I feel like for the most part, the entire system is designed to keep you hindered any way that they put you in. You know, even when you don't really know at the beginning, you know what I'm saying? Like before you catch the wisdom and before you start to hear and watch these kind of videos, you don't really understand what you're going through at the moment because it slowly happens over time. And a narcissist is just, you know what I'm saying, indoctrinating you into that system, getting you to believe in, you know what I'm saying, their ethics, the way that things work around here when you're the supply. You know what I'm saying? Like you Igor or stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? They're the mad scientists. Like for real though, well, I like it's serious because you don't really know until you get out of about how much like effort that went wasted. That could have went somewhere else that you could have built doing something else, making yourself better, healing from all this. They want you to suffer in silence and stay still and stay the way that they saw you on the shelf or whenever they decide to come back. That's why you ever notice whenever you are healing, whenever you are succeeding for yourself in life, you know what I'm saying? Those moments, random moments where you'll catch a Hoover and they'll be like, you know, let's catch up. I see you. You know what I'm saying? Like, understand that it is not by accident, bro, sis. It's not by accident. You know what I'm saying? It's designed to see if they can come back and see if you're still on the shelf. You know what I'm saying? Geppetto, Pinocchio. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we're not liars though. You know, so they want us to lie to them that we still love them type thing. You know, if anything, more than anything. But they don't want you to be great, especially without them. You succeeding, you building, gathering, becoming. That is something they do not want to see. Straight up. I don't care what kind of conversations you may have had with them. That is something they're not trying to see. They not. They want to be the reason why you became successful. They want you to say that it was because of them. You know what I'm saying? Especially for those of us that have been raised in narcissistic households. You know, they want to be the reason that you became successful. They want to say, "Oh, it's because of me." You know what I'm saying? Like, oh man, listen, that's another conversation too for another video. But like, that's real too though. Taking credit for your achievements. You feel what I'm saying? But when you do it without them, that's a different level. That's a different narcissistic wound. Because you've done something that you said you was going to do, but you couldn't do it while you was with them because you was too distracted. Too distracted dealing with the nonsense, the buffoonery. Shout out to y'all laughing at that word buffoonery though, but it is like you're too distracted with the buffoonery. You can't even see outside that realm of that chaos because it's so engulfs you into that ecosystem of whatever the narcissist created for you, whatever situation, whatever insecurity they pulled out of you. You so stuck in that you can't focus on, you know what I'm saying, who you were for the narcissist like you in the begin with for whatever talent that was, whatever skill set, whatever hobby that you were pursuing. You can't even put effort in that no more. And they want you to think of them when you do that talent and skill set from there forward too. You know what I'm saying? They want to say they were there. You know what I'm saying? It's real. It's real. I know some of us can contest to these situations that I be talking about because I wouldn't say this stuff if this stuff wasn't happening. You know what I'm saying? When I do one-on-one consultations with people, like I wouldn't say this kind of stuff if it wasn't happening, if it didn't happen to me myself. They wanna, like when they leave you and they leave you in that damaged mindset, when they leave you stuck like that, the ideal is, can you still feel like a wounded animal when I see you again the next time I see you again? And still play the part that I had you playing the part when you were here. You know what I'm saying? Distracting you at the moment because they went in life to get some trophy or whatever you rather, to come back and tell you about this trophy they got, to hoover you. You know what I'm saying? To distract you from what you're doing, Can you be all about me again? Narcissists don't want you to be great. They don't. They actually rather see you have a downfall about the things you're pursuing while you're with them. Actually, to begin with, that actually makes them feel a lot better, to be honest with you, because you won't shine a light on something that they're not, and that's a real one too. A lot of times when a narcissist gets with you and they shine a light on a strength about you, uh, um, some sort of characteristic that people like about you, that they genuinely like about you, they want to shine a light on that and make it negative. You feel what I'm saying? So that you can know that it's negative, but you know not to do it again, so you can make people dislike you or whatever the case may have you. You know what I'm saying? They try to trick you into gaslighting yourself in these ways. They want you to downplay yourself. You know what I'm saying? It makes them feel better. And they want to highlight the insecurities that you pillow talk to them about. I listen, it's not to be mean, it's not to be off the chain, but I just want you to understand like these situations, this is how the narcissist is studying you. That's why the discard is so rough. Because they've studied you well. They know how to break you down. You know what I'm saying? They know exactly what to say and how to say it. You know what I'm saying? They want you to always stay reactionary when it comes to them. That's another video I'm gonna make too about how your response versus your reactions with the narcissist. You know what I'm saying? But they don't want you to be great, man. They want you to stay in a downplaying self downplaying state. They want to be the reason that they can bring you that confidence, that validation in that thing. You ever notice whenever you get back to that hobby or whatever it was that you stopped doing that when you were with in a relationship with them, that you start to ruminate, just not it may not be intense, but or it could be, you know what I'm saying, but you ruminate about, dang, I remember when I was doing this at that one time. You know what I'm saying? Those moments, that's what they want you to do. You feel what I'm saying? The reality is this: that skill set or whatever it was or whatever they did to create an insecurity out of you, that's a part of you. It was never part of them. You know what I'm saying? You can isolate the thought just like that. Like that, it's a part of you. Whatever that was, whatever that you were doing, whatever it is, the hobby, the hustle, the business, that's a part of you. That ain't. I want somebody to understand this, and I hope that this helps them out. That's a part of you. So what if you spent this time doing whatever that was while you were with them? It's still a part of your identity that can never be taken from you. You know what I'm saying? Because you've put your passion and your love into it. Don't let nobody, a narcissist or anybody, take that away from you. You feel what I'm saying? That's the biggest thing. But pertaining to the narcissist, they want you. They don't give them that kind of power. No need. You know what I'm saying? Because most of the things, again, that you were great at, they can never do. They never was, never will, never can be. Don't even know how. And also mirrored you so well into thinking that they were like that. They're not built like that. You know they're not cut from that cloth at this point. You know that. Me and you both know that. You know what I'm saying? The narcissists don't want you to be great. That's why they gotta outshine you and compete with you about something. It's gotta be a competition about something, somewhere, about something you're not even thinking about. But again, I'm saying all this because it emphasizes the distraction. And you don't even have time for anything else. You make all the time to deal with these wild and crazy kids situations. I know it's a movie or it's a TV show, but I was just trying to be funny, man. But it's just you're so caught up dealing with this chaos, man. Just doing stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't want you to be great. And if you become great without them, you start to build without them, especially like on journeys that you would typically want to start with them, but you couldn't because you were distracted for real. For like you wanted, like not your own personal journey, but a journey you want to do with them. So say you would had the talent for singing and you stopped singing because you were with the narcissist, but you wanted to start a health and wellness journey with the narcissist, right? You know what I'm saying? But they've clowned you for you trying to start a journey like that is going to benefit yourself. Backhanded compliments. All of a sudden, you want to eat healthy now. You know what I'm saying? Why are you still eating this kind of food? They'll highlight those insecurities so that you can keep having those messed up habits. Listen to me when I say this. A lot of I've seen people who will say push back on, you're giving too much control. You got more control than what you think. People get really caught up in these mindsets when it comes to dealing with narcissists. Just FYI, like you really get caught up emotionally, mentally, for real, and you don't really know how to escape besides these situations, besides dealing with it. Just FYI, like this stuff really happens to people. So just for I do be seeing comments where it's like a little bit of pushback, but it's also at the same time like people really get caught up in these mindsets, man. You know what I'm saying? So when a narcissist is highlighting some sense of a difficulty you're having starting this journey, i.e., fitness, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna keep making the same bad habits dealing with them. A lot of times the narcissists make those habits even worse. A lot of the narcissists can make your health worse. Does that make sense? They will make your health worse. Fitness, gain weight, depression, like listen, the narcissists don't want you to be great. That's why when you see some of these stories after the when people are surviving this situation and start to really recover from this, i.e., get on fitness journey. That's what I did. When you start to really recover from this, your brain operates a lot faster on figuring out situations that you don't have to continue to ruminate from. You know what I'm saying? Lose 100 pounds. People losing 100 pounds. People putting on muscle. You know what I'm saying? Being in the best clarity of their life mentally. Feeling good about themselves for real, for real. Not waking up to the narcissist nonsense. They want to say something about your journey and it's messing you up and you can't stay focused. And they're making the journey even worse. But you wanted to start with them. It's wild out here in the streets with this concept, with these norks. With these norks, you know what I'm saying? Like, but no, for real, it's like it's wild out here. It is. They don't want to see you do great. You know what I'm saying? And if you do, it's got to be because of them. You have to highlight that. Otherwise, you're the villain out the gate. That's why even in the smear campaign, like if you've ever noticed, like you're the villain that entire time. You didn't even know you was the villain until you realized it. A lot of times dealing with them, man, like the habits that you typically wouldn't make a bad habit just gets worse and worse. You add on it because you get caught up in just dealing with what's happening. You know what I'm saying? And then what makes the matters even worse, when the new supply gets introduced, and they're in on your downfall as well. They're in on getting the narcissist out of your situation. You know what I'm saying? As swift as possible. You know what I'm saying? However, as possible. So that's adding more to the rift of trying to figure out what this is. And again, all this stuff is happening. All this stuff is happening as you can't even get back to what it was that you were doing. Missed opportunities. You know what I'm saying? This messing with your work. you know, this messing with, you know, just the overall ecosystem of your co-parenting ship. You know what I'm saying? Just it's a lot that goes into this as to why the narcissists don't want you to be great. They really don't, especially if they can't benefit off of it. And they'll always hold on you. They're always there when you were trying to figure out the thing that you were trying to do now. Were you really there though? You know what I'm saying? It's always something that they'll use to tie back to figure out how to see if you're still on that shelf. See if you're still there. But yes, your health and wellness gets affected heavily. Heavily. There's a lot of people I've talked to who would say they gain. They've never weighed this heavy in their life. You know what I'm saying? Never. They've never weighed this heavy in their life. They've given up on fitness. Like the thing is this, man. When you get back to you, like you don't have to associate any, especially if your habit and or hobby was to be in shape before you met them. You know what I'm saying? Like if that was something that if you were fit like that or into fitness or health and wellness before you met them, like you don't have to associate them in your mind doing this stuff. You just need to go back to doing the stuff for you. You know what I'm saying? Even if they do make sly remarks and comments about, oh, you still doing that thing, that one thing I see you do. Who cares? They're not here to be Simon Cowell on your back. You know what I'm saying? Chef Ramsay or whatever the case may have you. Like they're not going to sit here and scold you about the nonsense of finding the small things to open up and make it a bigger wound on you in your mind. They're not there to do that. Open up these wounds that it's going to take forever to heal, forever to get back to regular skin. You know what I'm saying? The cell formation and all that whole process or whatever. But I'm just saying, like, they don't want you to be great. The suffering makes them feel good about themselves anyway, of you suffering at least. You know what I'm saying? You suffering through the chaos and the confusion they're causing. That brings them a significant amount of joy, to be honest with you, because they know that they can fix the problem if they wanted to, i.e., the reward system. I love bomb you today because maybe that was too harsh. Maybe I was too harsh. You're crying too much. Let me love bomb you. Let me damage control. The narcissist. Yeah. Don't want you to feel like you're the man, you're the woman. You know what I'm saying? They don't want you to feel like you're that person. But they want you to feel like they're that person to you when wherever they're at though. You gotta hype them up like everybody else over there that's doing that. Or falsifying it themselves because they don't care less about any of it. There's people there's narcissist friends they just don't care. You know what I'm talking about. Where you are, they don't care about the narcissists like that. Why y'all still hang together? Because they do buffoonery. Just let me just answer the question for you. If you know they got those kind of friends because they like to do buffoonery. That's their trauma bond. That's their connection. The drinking buddy. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like if you dating them and they got those kind of people, oh yeah, but that's best to believe. You know what I'm saying? To keep you mentally involved with chaos and you fixing it because they know you're going to be there is the game. Who's going to fix it the best though? Let me keep cycling through people. And sometimes some people don't even get out of this, don't even heal from this. You know what I'm saying? They spend their entire lives, ruminating about that situation, dealing with the narcissist, that one moment that they can't unbelieve. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to unbelieve the narrative they gave you to believe. You got to unbelieve that because it's not you, bro, sis. That narrative is not you. But some people can't unbelieve that. You know what I'm saying? And you have to get back to you. You know what I'm saying? There's only so much sitting that you really can do when this stuff happens because you have to be great. You have to. You have to be great for you. You have to be great for the version of yourself that you see yourself going towards. You can see yourself losing the weight. You can see yourself building the muscle. You can see yourself building that business. You can see yourself making that money. You can see yourself getting that job promotion. You can see yourself leveling up for you and for the next person and for the family you want. You know what I'm saying? Without the narcissist, you don't have to think about them while doing this stuff anyway. The real revenge is just you doing it. You doing the thing that you was trying to do while you were there. That's the real revenge because you did it without them. You don't have to prove nothing to them at all either. They'll see it. and or the flying monkeys that still see you, however they see you, whether that's through social media, they'll see it and relay the report back to the Wicked Witch of the West. Straight up. And I'm not saying that. I'm just saying guy or girl, but I'm just saying like it just came out. But for the most part, like no. Like you become the version of yourself that you were trying to be, for somebody to build something actually genuine. You feel what I'm saying? Chosen one empath, however you describe yourself. It's the concept of you genuinely with someone else. The narcissist don't want you to be great with that concept. It frightens them because how dare you have the audacity to be genuine? How dare you have the audacity to be yourself? How dare you have the audacity to chase and have ambitious goals? How dare you? So let me get you distracted with this nonsense because I know you want me around. And in order to keep me around, you have to comply. And that's the indoctrination. That's how they get you caught up in not being great. Because you get distracted dealing with it. The chaos, the buffoonery. you get caught up in that nonsense, man. And it's a hard, I'm talking about, it's a real hard pulling yourself out of that hole. But you can do it though. It just takes the daily grind and daily work that you can put in. You will put in. You are putting in. Anybody watching this channel, we're all putting in this work to become better versions of ourselves, transforming. You know what I'm saying? Forgetting the version of us that we let go of ourselves while we were dealing with them. You know what I'm saying? You don't need to point fingers and say that it was them. You just need to understand that it was you just making the choice to be there, making it worse. Because that's the other thing too about recovering from all this, accepting the fact that the choice was you staying there and you can leave. You know what I'm saying? Because you can. I know. I trust me. I got how hard it can be. I understand the circumstances, but it's a choice. It's a choice that we make. Staying there longer than what we need to be. Relationship way over. Still there trying to fix something that doesn't even exist. Doesn't even exist in the mind of the narcissist. You know what I'm saying? Caught up, confused in chaos. We don't need to be confused in chaos, bro. Nah, that's not what we doing. We focused. We're building. We're becoming. Seeing the best version of ourselves, practicing the daily habits that it must take in order to feel good about us for the next person and building a family. You know what I'm saying? Like this is now at a point where you build yourself and you trust yourself as you're doing it, because a narcissist makes you distrust yourself. You know what I'm saying? They make you feel like you can't do anything without them. You have to trust yourself. And it's the small simple steps, the daily simple steps that you take, and over time it's a huge leap. I promise you, if you just take it serious about the daily steps every single day that it takes, you know what I'm saying, the transformation happens. You get to a point where this stuff don't even be thoughts in your mind. You know what I'm saying? The narcissist talking about what? Trying to catch up. You're not worried about catching about what? Talk about what? Nothing to talk about. You know what I'm saying? If y'all ain't got kids, nothing to talk about, in my opinion. But I really just hope you take this video serious about, you know, why the narcissist doesn't want you to be great and why you should want to be great for you after all of this. You feel what I'm saying? So I hope this message finds you well. I'm Fonzie Murph, and I'm out. Peace.